All right, have and have not fans. Now, this is an interesting video. I think I was talking with Chandler on Instagram Live, but then also to my mom this past weekend about an upcoming episode 3's A Crowd. I already did an episode leaks video on it, and I believe the episode synopsis was about Candace coming face to face with Katheryn Crier, which one of these firecrackers will walk away. And in that, I didn't think at the time, what if there's a possibility of Katheryn killing Candace? And that is a major theory to talk about here, because I think in either that video or also the video I did about will David get revenge on Veronica, I talked about how during the back half of the season, maybe the characters who we've seen take a lot of crap, be walked all over, be calm, cool, and collected, but we've seen glimpses of their angry side. What if they are actually the ones who are on the offensive during these upcoming episodes instead of being on the defense, where they're being assaulted verbally or physically by the likes of like a Candace, Veronica, Jim, just to name a few. And the reason I say that maybe there is a chance that Katheryn kills Candace, look at it this way. It seems to me that the main reason, if not the only reason at this point those two will have a face-to-face confrontation, is Katheryn attempting to get back the inheritance, Wyatt's inheritance, that Candace intercepted. And we've seen Jim and Benny have their exchange, but I feel like the fierce confrontation will take place between Candace and Katheryn. I mean, what was the last time we seen those two literally in a confrontation? Not counting when they briefly saw each other at the funeral home. That wasn't a confrontation. That was just like a brief blink and you miss moment between those two. I feel like the last time was when Katheryn smashed a wine bottle against Candace's head, and then before that we had the famous number 9 speech from season 1. But the reason I feel that there is a possibility that Candace will get shot, maybe not killed, but shot. Think of it this way. We have some foreshadowing if you go all the way back. Now look at the reason why Katheryn killed or shot Jennifer multiple times. I mean, I say kill, but I say or shot because she shot her multiple times in the chest, which is ironic when you think about it. I didn't notice it, but you know how Maggie Day and Jennifer both got shot multiple times in the chest? I never really thought about that until now. But basically what I'm saying is, when you think of it that way, she did what she did because she was literally pushed to the breaking point, because she was so desperate to save Wyatt from himself, because she knew with that money it would lead to his own self-destruction, which it almost did, because he literally overdosed. Nobody was smart enough to check for a pulse until David got there, and he did, but whatever. But basically what I'm saying is this. We know that the reason she killed Jennifer was because Jennifer kept refusing to take the money from Wyatt because it would literally lead to his death. And because she refused to do so, Katheryn was like, fine, if you don't want to do what I ask you to save my son, then boom, you're gone, which I still think is a bit extreme now in the context, but it was a badass moment when it happened. Now, when you think of it from Candace's point of view, let's say, she's confronted by Katheryn. Katheryn isn't playing any games. When she says, I want you to return the money, I feel like it's from a place of, you know what, little girl, I'm tired of your games. Like, look, you screwed my husband multiple times, but that's been done by many girls. But you have become a major thorn in my side, because when you really think about it, Candace has done a lot of damage to the Crier family. Like, you might call devil's advocate that she was indirectly responsible for Amanda's death, amongst other things. But when you really think about it, Candace deserves to be in jail or whatever. And I'm only talking about her interference with the Criers. I'm not talking about her other crimes, but just focusing on the Criers. She stole, or excuse me, a blackmailed / extorted $7.4 million from Jim before. And then, even before that, and it's really minuscule in the grand scheme of things, but she got the $100,000 from Jim in the sports car, which she got the sports car back after the whole Malone thing in season 2, which didn't Candace get that back after she made him sign all those documents? But let's just focus on the money aspect of it. The 100,000, the 7.4 million, and now nearly, I think about 8.8, almost $8.9 million. Candace Young has almost taken $20 million from the crier. So that is definitely a problem. And I think I mentioned it briefly either on the live stream or in the video that during the Katheryn and Candace confrontation, I don't want Hannah anywhere around trying to jump in, save Candace. Like, I get it, you're being a mother and whatnot, but if you're telling Katheryn that Wyatt needs to pay for his crimes, then, you know, Candace does as well. I mean, granted, Katheryn's mode of justice may not be illegal, but at the same time, like, would you really defend your child if they stole like let's just say $20 million just for the sake of simplicity? That's what, you know, let's just say, you know, if they stole $20 million, of course you wouldn't want to see your child hurt, but they have to pay for what they did. I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I feel like the reason Katheryn might have a gun is because of this. Remember back when Katheryn walked in on Jim and Gia back at the hotel for the first time they met, and Gia was scared and she just rushed out of the room, and then she went back to Candace and she was like, "Why did you run? Did you get the money?" "No, I didn't." "Why did you leave?" "She said she had a gun. She was going to shoot me." Heifer, she was just bluffing you. She didn't have no gun, and we know for a fact that she didn't. But that to me is foreshadowing. I feel like Katheryn and Candace standing off, I feel like she would have a gun the next time. As to whether or not Candace will die, I want to say no, but I just feel like if you pay attention to foreshadowing, it really does seem like, you know, Katheryn isn't playing any games. From telling her off the first time in season 1 to the next time when it came to Amanda's death, she cracked her upside the head with a wine bottle. Then we look at the present when Katheryn just turned her son in. She is probably not in the best of moods right now, so I doubt that she's going to be in any kind of temperament or attitude to be trifled with or played with. So I think that during this episode 3's a crowd, when Katheryn and Candace face off, I feel like Katheryn's going to be the one to walk away. Like, I don't know if she's going to shoot Candace. I don't know if she's going to kill Candace, but I do not think that Katheryn is going to be playing any games. That's all I'm saying on that. Like, you know, Candace can be or claim she's the baddest bitch and whatever. And yeah, she did push Oscar out of a window, but at the same time, I don't think Katheryn is going to lose that confrontation. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. In the episode 3's a crowd between Candace and Katheryn, which one of them do you think is going to be the one to walk away? Do you agree with my theory based off the former times that these two have met up and Katheryn literally had the last word? Do you think that the foreshadowing with the whole gun and Gia thing and then Candace calling Katheryn's bluff is going to play out? What do you think it is? Will Hannah be around to stop this from going down, which I hope she isn't? So with that being said, I hope you at least enjoyed the video. Even if you don't agree with everything I said, you have to admit I did make some good points. So subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you all soon.